Welcome to the project demonstration of IoT control live human being detection robots. So in this project we are going to control the robot like 4 directions, like forward, backward, left, right, as well as we are going to detect the live human being person detection through the PIR sensor, that is a passive infrared sensor, and the alerts will be given through the buzzer, so which we are going to get the audible alerts. And this robot is getting control from the getting instructions from the mobile phone through the IoT, that is a Wi-Fi module. So for that we are going to making use of ESP8266 is an main input module to this system, as well as PIR sensor and another inputs. And output modules are like buzzer and motors, 2 DC motors to control the robot in 4 directions, and that was given controlling through the L293D motor driver. So L293D motor driver can control 2 DC motors in bidirectional. So that's why we are making use of this basic motor driver. So apart of that we have the L298 also for high current rating motors. And next, the whole system driven by the power supply of 12 volts battery, that is 1 amp. So this is a battery pack of 4 volt 1 amp connected in series as a 3 numbers. So these 3 are connected in series, so we'll get the 12 volt 1 amp, and which is a rechargeable battery. So initially we'll show you how to recharge this battery. Right, for charging that we need to making use of this charging circuitry. It's a regulated power supply, so which is taking input of 230 volts input, and this transformer will step down the 230 volts AC to 12 volts AC. And on this regular power supply board we can see 4 diodes are connected in a manner of bridge rectifier, so we'll get 12 volts pulsating DC, and after this capacitor we'll get the pure DC, and the output was given through this diodes to the battery, as it will protect the, if the battery is fully charged, it will stop the back voltage from the battery to the transformer. And now connect the B to the B here, and transformer T to the T. This is very important. We check that when we switch on the charging. Right, connected to the device inputs. So as we can see that there is a green light indication. So it will take around 8 hours minimum and 10 hours maximum to be fully charged once it's discharged. So you should make the charging for at least for that time, and then you can switch off the disconnect the charging circuitry. So meanwhile we'll explain you the connections. So we have interfaced the PIR sensor at A4 pin and buzzer at C3 pin of our PIC16F73 microcontroller, which is of 28 pin microcontroller, and L293D motor driver interface at C0 to C3 pins of our microcontroller, and Wi-Fi module at B0 B1 pin. And let me explain you the module wise. So as we explained, this one is a charging circuit of regulated power supply board, and this one is Wi-Fi module and with the Wi-Fi PCB, so which will provide the 3.3 volts for this ESP8266 module. And coming to the L293D motor driver, so which is 16 pin IC, which can control 2 DC motors by taking input from the microcontroller, as the microcontroller can't run the 12 volt DC motor directly. That's why we are making use of mediator, that's L293D motor driver. And coming to the buzzer board, so now we are making use of one transistor. As we know that the basic purpose of the transistor is it will act as a switch, so which will control the buzzer when we get the trigger pulses from the our microcontroller. And the next, there is one resistor of current limiting resistor for the base of the transistor. And this is the main motherboard, and so it will take the 5 volts input from the L293D motor driver, as it consists of one 7805 regulator. So this is the 7805 regulator. This one is the 7805 regulator. So we are going to provide the 12 volts battery output through this switch. Now this is the off condition. You can check clearly, this is the off, and when we on this, on. Okay, when we on this, the L293 motor driver board will get 12 volts DC input, and the 12 volts will input for the motors as well as for 705 also. 705 will provide the 5 volts output, so it was given to the motherboard. And on this motherboard, this one is the reset switch to restart the microcontroller, and the steel plated one, this one is the crystal oscillator of 20 megahertz, which will provide the 20 mega pulses per second to the microcontroller to execute the instruction set inside the microcontroller, because one pulse is for one instruction. So like that 20 mega pulses will be given to the microcontroller per second, so it can execute 20 mega instructions. So now I'm disconnecting the charger. Let us see the demonstration. Before switching on the kit, we need to install the applications of SSH client, as a Juice SSH client, and this is the application we need to install from the Play Store. And after that, install the network analyzer in order to get the IP address of our ESP8266 module. And then after installation, go to hotspot settings of your phone. Change the hotspot name to Project 4730, all are small letters without any space. Check it twice. I'm repeating that. Project 4730 and password 129. So now I'm enabling the hotspot. Right. And here no need of data because already we have installed application. And go to network analyzer and stay for LAN scan. Right. And now switch on the kit. Do the scan here. So we got the ESPress, that is 192.168.246.110. Note down that. And now go to Juice application. In the application, manage connection, add. So no need of nickname. So go to telnet. Here we need to do the three settings. One is a type telnet, and the type the address 192.168. I think it's 246 and 110. 246.110.
Dot in the space in the 168
dots. 192.168.246.110. And port number is a third setting, that is port number 8080. Right. Now connect this. So we can see welcome to the project message on your phone, get the reply. Right. So if you want to control the robot for forward direction, F, enter, it move forward, and S, stop, and B, backward. While moving also, like I'm there in front of this PIR sensor, that's why it's giving buzzer, and stop, and left L, stop, and R, right. So you got me? Forward F, backward B, and right R, left L, and S for stop. Forward, stop, backward, stop, and right side, stop, and left side. Right. So it will check the PIR motion sensor for every 2 seconds, and it will give the buzzer for 2 seconds again. So whenever the motion is detected, it giving the buzzer. Right.